I haven't figured out if it's the imperfections due to my crashes and strange little things about this plane because of my crashes that make this one of my favorites, or if it's just that good of an airplane. But consistently now, this has been one of my favorite airplanes to fly. Had a little dilemma today and just trying to figure out what I wanted to fly. I didn't want to build anything new. I got a couple new airplanes to bring to the channel. I just wanted to fly something for fun. And I recently flew this for fun off camera with a friend that just lost a very near and dear family member. And I really enjoyed flying this, and I thought, well, it's been a while since it's been on the channel. I don't know if this is in stock or anything. If it isn't, I apologize, but if it is and you don't own one, do yourself a big favor and buy one. The more I talk about this, the more I see it online in Facebook forums and people just loving it. And people all the time will post a picture of it and say, don't know if you have one of these or not, but this is my daily flyer. And it continues to be one of my daily flyers. And I've just been through so much. And I show a lot of new things on the channel all the time. But this one keeps coming back. Beat up, banged up, glued up, but it still flies great. And I just want you guys to realize and understand, not everything is always new and perfect and out of the box. It's okay to fly something that you've flown for 200 times. Let's make it 201 and have some fun.
How do you even open the canopy? Oh, it opens there.
Yeah, I love...
I thought you were gonna have to do it at the front.
No, I love how much space is in this airplane. That's one of my favorite things. You don't have to really finagle wiring and tight corners. And you know something? While I'm installing this battery, I'd like to talk about the center of gravity on it, because we just did an airplane from Motion. It was their A10, the 64 millimeter, and so the one thing that people really talked about a lot was the A10 CG, saying that maybe I did something wrong. And the first time I flew it, the CG was off, right? Then I landed it and I got it better and it flew better, but it still wasn't great. The thing is, I fly these FMS planes, these E-Flite planes, Arrows planes, and now I'm not telling you to do this, but generally speaking, I can throw a battery in there, inch it forward a couple inches, inch it back a couple inches, and she still flies great, both in and out of safe. I don't know if that's engineering of the airplane. I don't know if that's its flight stabilizer, but I can throw a dumb receiver.
Why don't you put your money where your mouth is?
And put them both on the channel?
No.
Oh, here, okay, let's do it. So I just threw
Fly it like this.
Okay, let's do it.
Fly it like this,
Let's
and maybe I can uncut. Can we fly uncut?
Let's fly, yeah, let's land it, switch the CG.
Okay,
let's
so you're gonna get an uncut video from this point on.
Okay.
Me flipping around the mic and all, and he has to tape it on because of the crashes.
Yeah, yeah.
But Nate is gonna fly
Let's do it.
exactly how he originally set it up, and then he can land and swap the battery out. So I'm not cutting, I gotta flip the mic around, and I also have to get my camera gear set up. So Nate, you can hold the camera just for a second.
Okay, that's a fun idea. I like this. Because, you know, CG is important, but not on everything. It's not as important as that A10, for example.
Hopefully that wasn't hard on your ears.
Okay, so we'll just fly this quick and fun and have some fun with it. But I get, that's not why I came out today. I didn't intend to do a CG video, but you know what, now that Abby mentions it, I think that's a fun idea. So this plane's been through a lot, so just bear with me. Let's fly it for fun, like I was the other day with my buddy Adam. And my heart goes out to you, Adam, and your family for the loss of your mother unexpectedly. Okay. So we'll only fly for a short period of time. Love that maneuver on this. And people say also, just so you know, the other thing that people were saying in that video is that we're sponsored by Horizon. I want to tell you guys, and I've replied to
Horizon has never wrote us a check, ever.
Never.
The only people that write us checks are the affiliate companies they work with.
That's it. And that's
but
only,
not Horizon.
And tons of people use that. Any link you click ever, you're supporting someone. Okay, so. Well, and you know, I show their stuff beat up. I talk about things that I do and don't like. Just turns out Horizon doesn't get their undies in a bunch too bad. They do sometimes when I talk about things that I don't like. And they have before. I've mentioned some stuff and they don't love it, but I'm literally here telling you this is one of my favorite planes. You know, so Horizon.
All right, so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna scoot it forward, back? Well,
because it is relevant, but it's not. Some people are like, you know, your CG has to be perfect. Well, yeah, like back when rotary phones existed, you had to call the operator too, right? So let's.
It looks like you got it scooted pretty far back. Can you shove it in the nose a lot more?
Sure, let's do it. So I got Velcro here. I got it. Right. So let's take it a whole. Let's put the battery at least an inch up. Okay. Then I'll just.
Right to the edge of that Velcro, right?
Yeah. So that's a good bit. Okay. I don't recommend you guys do this. I recommend you fly with the suggested CG, but it is less important with some models than others. So we just put that forward a good bit, and I will be very honest with you, I'm not worried at all about that. At all. Again, don't try this at home, but I think it's important for us to show you guys this and talk about it. So I'm not in safe, I haven't been the whole time, we're just gonna take off. Right, there we go. I don't remember the maneuvers I did on the last flight. I would do them exactly the same, but let's just hands-free. It even needs trimmed up some, because I'll be honest, I rebounded this the day that I flew it with my buddy, so it needs trimmed a little bit.
Don't do it.
I'm not trimming it. I don't want to trim anything because I want you guys to see.
You did that little spinning maneuver, and you said, ooh, I love that maneuver on this plane.
Flying low throttle, that's below 50%. I'll fly it fast too. I'll do my kind of fun little maneuver over here. That one, yeah. Right into a knife edge. Anyway, you see that I've pushed the battery forward a good inch, I think, or so. Maybe 3/4 of an inch, but I'm sure that's about an inch. Let's land it and we'll pull the battery pretty far back, which does have me a little bit nervous, but I'm going to do it with confidence, so let's not stall out.
Tail heavy with confidence.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, landing.
No, that's what you're gonna do, right?
Let's pull the battery back. Now this will be fairly significantly different for me from that flight, because now I'm not just going forward an inch, I've got to go back a couple inches. So let's see how that goes.
That will make it significantly tail heavy.
More so.
Okay, so he was even with that Velcro strap. So now you got to go at least.
Well, I think I was flying about there.
Yeah, so that's your first flight.
We want to still be safe, so I want the battery to be
almost on the edge of that first front Velcro strap.
That's pretty risky. I don't think anybody would actually do this. That's a very risky, kind of unsafe maneuver, but we know.
It's right on your receiver.
Yes, we know no one would really do this. I'm not changing anything. We're just gonna
go. Oh my gosh.
So, you know, I guess this is a good plane to test this with.
Yes, it is.
Been through a lot. And we'll just do pretty similar.
Did we mention we love to fly with AMA?
Oh yeah, AMA's good. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. So I think I did a climb, right?
Yep.
I can tell it's flying a little bit on the tail heavy side, but look at this. Okay,
it's not going cattywampus like the A10 did.
Here's some about mid-throttle flight, like I did, I think a different direction, but mid-throttle to low actually. Now we'll crank it up some, do a couple more maneuvers. Here's a full throttle pass. We'll snap it up here, because I love snaps, especially when the battery is toward the back like that. And we'll do that maneuver that I said I like to do out here. We'll do a couple of them. Look at that. So I can't notice a huge difference in how it's flying from mid. I mean, how much more extreme can we get? I wish this was live chat, because I would like to hear from you guys.
I just think it's funny that people were like, he didn't check the CG, but then you did, and it still flew terribly.
Yes, and I understand how CG works. I also understand not every airplane is so sensitive to the center of gravity effects.
And point proven.
Yes, and this is not something I've ever done with this airplane. It's very much fly by the seat of our pants.
Oh, giant spider! Ah, okay, keep filming though. There is a giant spider on my camera, but I am so committed. Please don't.
Where's that?
It's right there.
Okay, watch out.
We can't.
I got it.
We can't cut.
Yeah, I just want to make another adjustment, so Abby...
Wait, hold on. Before you change anything, do the CG test on the wings.
Well,
just
it's marked right here.
Yeah, I see that.
So, oh, that's real tail heavy.
Just so you guys know.
That's very, very tail heavy. You see that?
I see.
That's really bad. Like, look how bad that is.
Yeah.
See how that makes sense because the battery is pushed back.
And prove that it's still pushed back.
Stupidly far. Okay? I don't know how much more.
I mean, you could shove it forward some more, make it nose heavy.
Yeah, because some people were saying
super nose heavy.
No, it wasn't tail heavy. In fact, your airplane was.
So don't even use the back strap now.
I'm just gonna. Actually, I need a little bit of Velcro on the bottom.
Yeah, on the bottom.
Strap, so I'm up another inch, right? Again, do not try this at home, but I'm trying to put my money where my mouth is here.
Oops, sorry.
Okay, you see that?
Yep.
You good?
Hold on, show it again, just because I fell asleep watching you.
This strap. It was, the butt end was flush with this strap, so that's forward about another inch. My tape is getting wore out, so that might not hold. But let's continue this, and then I've got a second battery, and I think I'd like to fly it for fun. We'll see. We'll see how long this video is. I'm not messing with flaps, and this is very, very nose heavy. Stupidly so. It won't go forward anymore. We've shifted this battery almost the full length of a battery. Stupidly nose, and that was I shouldn't have banked as much as I did. And this is all one flight, one battery too. I think it's just really funny how people come up with excuses for poor products. And that's what, in my opinion, that airplane is. I didn't say anything, but I'm not saying the company's bad. They have made poor business decisions in the past, but so has Horizon. And companies all are capable of releasing bad products or just less than their great products. And a lot of people had opinions of that A10 that do not own the A10. In fact, pretty much everybody that had an opinion of that A10 didn't seem to own it. Some people did, and those that did said, you know, it's fairly accurate.
What makes a good company though is
how they handle
the feedback.
And
so it's been very interesting. Very interesting. We applied for their affiliate program and they haven't approved it.
Isn't that cool?
But they haven't denied it. So that's fun.
It is interesting.
So they're not happy, you guys. They do not like honest reviews.
This is
or at least honest experiences. I wouldn't call that a review. It was a maiden. It was an experience.
It's strange. It's very strange. And people have said things like, well, why would they release something that's not perfect? Hey, Horizon has. Let's talk about their Aeroscout, the $100 Aeroscout. Everybody knows that thing is very tail heavy. You have to add nose weight for it to fly remotely good, but they still have it. They still sell it. It's not a great airplane, but does that mean they don't make great airplanes? I'm sitting here telling you, of all the planes that exist, this is one of my favorites to fly. Now, if a company can't take that kind of feedback, that's the company that has no right being in business, not the ones that try to hide when they do make a mistake. Because what happens is, if a person buys the A10 as their first EDF, let's say, that might be their last EDF ever experienced in the hobby. Our mission, our goal with our channel is not just to make $2 off of an affiliate sale with you watching, but it's to make sure that you watching have a good experience in the hobby. That's the point of our channel. And we're here to show you good, bad, ugly, everything in between, and sometimes do fun things like we're doing in this video, which is messing with the CG like crazy. Abby, I think this is a really crazy video. I
think the only other thing you could do is not use the front strap and set it all the way back, but I'm concerned it would hit your service. Well,
let's try it before we go. And
I want to make sure it's going to hold.
Maybe 1 minute of flight, and that'll probably be the end of this video.
Because if the battery slips and it lands on your servos, then...
I've got to have enough Velcro here to hold it from slipping. So let's do that.
I think that's about all you can do, because you got to be safe with the battery. You can't be ridiculous.
Let's say that right there.
You sure?
As far back as I can go.
Oh my gosh.
Because the Velcro under the battery needs to be holding so it doesn't slip.
See, I wasn't nervous with the nose one because I figured if it slips, it's going to slip onto Velcro.
This is sitting flush over the bind and fly receiver.
You're going to lose signal.
No, I won't. I'm flying pretty close and there's no radio chatter or anything today. Okay, let's see what it does. This is a very interesting video. I hope you guys appreciate this. And, you know, I got a little defensive, I will be honest, with some of the comments from that Motion RC A10. And I apologize for any of the comments that I took a bit too personally. I'm gonna focus right now. Okay, I can feel that it's a little bit on the tail heavy side. But you know what? I feel very confident flying this.
I think the only unfair thing about this test, and someone's got to say it, is that you have a lot of flights on this plane, but
sure.
Never like this.
No, I've never. I always slap the battery in about the same spot.
Yep.
I don't move it around or anything.
Right.
So actually, a person could say I've built muscle memory with this plane. I'm not flying it as if it were a maiden. I've got muscle memory with it, a little bit anyway, right? So maybe a person could even say it would be slightly unfair to me to shift the weight around some. Any of these professional pilots that go get paid to fly, if you shift the weight around on their plane a little bit, they're going to notice it and really mess with them. So I could go both ways, but that's a fair point. I'm definitely climbing, but just been climbing this whole flight. This is a very crashed airplane.
A lot of people said that they wanted to see Nate's hands because
they thought I was doing that
they
on
were
purpose.
They were accusing him of flying it like that on purpose, which is insane.
One more thing.
We would never say something bad about a product if it wasn't true, and if we make a mistake, we always address it.
And also, I bought that airplane with 100% my money, my hard-earned
Father's
money.
Day.
That's what I got for Father's Day. I picked that out because I wanted it. It was in stock. I noticed there wasn't much content on it, so I thought, you know what? This will be a good one to do because I've flown a lot of A10s.
All right, just to show that it's still there. Or if it's shifted, which I'm curious. No, it's still there.
No, the ESC, it's so far back.
Your battery could have come unplugged.
I mean, but it wasn't going to because I knew it was strapped down well, so I knew it wasn't going to.
Well, that's awesome, Nate.
I wouldn't fly it knowing the battery was unsafe in there.
Good flight. I'm going to cut the video now.
That is truly not what we set out to do with this video. But
Show the CG now.
I'm glad that we did. Yeah, that's going to be really, really far back. So those two circles.
Close to the ground.
Here, like, look, if I try to pick it up where the CG is, and I'm putting my finger toward the back end of that. Watch how far.
There's the circle.
Yeah, and my finger is right there. See that?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even pick the plane up. Look how tail heavy it is. It's slipping. See that?
Yep.
I literally can't pick
now
it up.
put it back where you normally do.
Okay, to see what the CG would look like.
Yep.
Right about center of that battery tray, I would say.
Okay.
Still fly a little tail heavy. Look at that. See, and that's because it's unnoticeable. Apparently I fly. Well, here we go. No, there we go. There we go. It's a little tail heavy. See, it's going to go back. Hold on. It's going to slowly go back. Right. So I generally.
Trying to show your fingers.
Well, it fell. See that? It's still. I tend to fly it a little tail heavy. Right. See that? It's falling back, and there's no wind. So that's interesting. Not what I planned to do with this video, but ideas pop in our heads, and there you go. Don't do any of that shifting around that I said and showed you in this video. Don't do that at home. That's not very safe. But I was very confident in my ability and the airplane's ability to handle that, because a lot of people I've noticed through the years will ask me when I made anything, really, FMS, E-Flite, where'd you put the CG? Well, I tend not to reply for multiple reasons. One, it's in the book. You can see that book online. I've learned also to show people, usually 9 times out of 10, I show you where I mount my battery in the video, especially on a maiden, so you can see that as a reference. I don't really talk about it, I just show it really fast. That's good enough. But also, it doesn't matter a lot, because they've got these planes flying rock and roll where you can obviously shift it forward and back a lot and still fly.
At least E-Flite and FMS.
And arrows.
And arrows.
And those are like the primary.
And a lot of E-Sheen planes.
Yeah, E-Sheen can make a difference, like the little warbirds and stuff. But anyway, that was fun. I don't really, just let me know what you think about that in the comments. I'm sure if some Motion RC fans from that video still have an opinion, they'll share it, and that's okay. I'm open to constructive criticisms. I just don't enjoy name calling, intelligence attacks and that kind of thing. That's
it's really very juvenile.
Yeah, and
shows character.
I've never experienced a group of people, and a lot of our regular viewers noticed and commented on the fact. They even said, some of you guys, some of the people that we love and you love us, and you know, said, I don't think I want you to ever do a motion product again. There was so much toxicity in the comments. It was very off-putting. And
we've also were told that this happens every time someone has something not good to say about that company.
Yeah, and you don't.
So that's interesting.
Have you noticed you just don't see a lot of different people doing motion RC stuff? There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. And I'll be honest with you guys. I got excited to do some motion stuff on our channel. So I bought, paid for with our hard-earned money, 2 airplanes from Motion. I got another one. And it was such a bad experience on YouTube. I'm not even sure.
You'll build it and fly it, but whether the video gets posted, I don't know.
Will it get put to the channel? And it's one that I've had my eye on for years. Well, not years, about a year. It's almost been out a year. It feels like years. I've wanted it for a long time. It's very unique and very cool. So anyway, we'll see.
People said about your A10 choice, they're like, you purposefully picked their worst plane. Like, how would we have known that?
I don't, because I'm not really a part of their community. You would have done the first Motion RC. You would have picked the worst one on
How
purpose.
would we have known that?
Yeah, don't. So anyway, kind of a unique video. I kind of just planned on coming out here and flying this for fun with 2 batteries, but man, that was really, really cool and really fun. I hope you guys appreciated that. If you have questions about it or whatever, let us know in the comments. I want to say a massive thanks to God for blessing me with a learning experience from that Motion RC video. I could have come out a lot worse than what I did, but midway through the release of that video and reading through comments and stuff, I just want to say a massive thanks to God for blessing us with the community that we have here to help pull me through the negative comments from that video and to have my back and stuff too. I'd also like to mention AMA, because I would never, ever have done this kind of shifting around of CG to demonstrate this without flying with the Academy of Model Aeronautics. It is an insurance program, but I've got to also give them a small pat on the back for going to bat for us through the whole representation with the FAA. And it's amazing how far that money goes. You get your magazine subscription, you're insured, you've got all these events that you can go to. The list goes on, but for them to have to represent the hobby is really nice, because no one else really does do that. We'll have the AMA linked in the description box below. And if you want to support us and our channel, the honesty that we provide, the awesome airplane that this is, please use our links to buy this stuff. It'll be linked in the description box below. This airplane, the battery I was flying on, all of it's down there. Last but certainly not least, I want to say a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters. We couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your amazing support. You guys understand and appreciate the honesty that we provide and have through the years. No matter what people say or think, we're going to share our honest experience. And it's because of our Patreon support that we've been able to maintain that and remain that way and not get bought by companies because of our Patreon support. Thank you guys so much. If you love just high performance airplanes, something that you really need to own, we'll have a hand-picked video popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.